was a long period off, more than a year and a half, almost 2 years. The end of 05 till middle of 07.
So you got back in. When was the point when you thought, okay, I can win the Indy 500 now? Like, it can happen for me.
I don't know if it ever came till, you know, when I really thought I could win the Indy 500 was last year in 13. Coming to that last restart, I remember coming through the short chute with Tony Kanaan behind me, coming to the green. I thought, I've got the chance to win the greatest race in the world, and that's all I can ask for. Even if I never win this race, this is all I can ask for, that I have a shot at it with a great team like this. I specifically remember thinking that.
I'm going to ask everybody, we're all talking about the pass that you made and how great a pass it was.
Thank you.
You know where I'm going on this, I bet.
Yeah.
Everybody in Long Beach. What's so different about the one in Long Beach?
Yeah, it's not. That's what somebody said to me right after I got the car. They go, that was the same, the United Fiber and Data, the owner of United Fiber and Data is on the car. And he's James Hinchcliffe's primary sponsor. He said, man, the move you made today was the same exact thing you did at Long Beach. And it is. That's my personality. That's my style. It's my driving style. I'll always go for it, 100%. And that's, you know, that's why I was a fan of Robbie Gordon growing up. He was the guy that you always wanted to watch coming through. You know, he was coming through, and he'd make things happen. And that's just what I'm trying to do.
Do you think the fact that you were able to pull it off in the biggest race that everybody watches, that hey, I'm not being careless, I'm trying to win a race?
Yeah, exactly. And it's the most important race. And think about if that had gone wrong, right? Then it would have been, you know, there's that fine line right between hero and zero. It would have been the zero move, but it ended up being the hero move. So it really is. It's cool to see it all work out, and the aggression was paid off. But thanks for noticing.
Your parents,
Right.
your parents both from Dallas?
I'm sorry?
Your parents both from Dallas?
No, my uncle lives here now, and my mom's from Canada. My dad was born in Georgia, so we're all over the place.
Where's your mom? I can't have been from Dallas.
What's that?
I can't have been Dallas.
You know, my dad and his brother own some hi-fi stores, high fidelity stores, you know, stereo stores, and that was here. And then we moved. They moved it to Florida.
Where in Canada is your mom from?
Hamilton, Ontario, right outside of Toronto.
Their names, parents' names?
Yeah, Nick Hunter-Reay and Lydia Hunter-Reay.
Does that mean you got a lot of hockey fandom in you or not?
You know, no, I don't have a whole lot of hockey fandom in me, but that's one of my favorite sports live. I don't know why, I haven't latched onto it on TV, but I love going to a hockey game. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan, there's such a non-caution start, 150 laps without caution. Did that cause you to change your strategy or tactics during the race?
I actually really enjoyed that because it put me in a rhythm where I could understand what the car needed, because we were coming from 19th without interruption like that. You know, keep in mind I said that the field doesn't spread out because of how these cars run. They're very nose to tail. So without a caution, it allowed me to get into a rhythm and know what the car was doing over a tire life. On the Firestone tires, the car obviously changes quite a bit over from beginning to end. So it allowed me to go through several stints on the tires and understand what the car was going to do through them to set up the end of the race. So that was a good point there. Without that, I'm not sure we would have been a winner at the end.
How's the car withstand all that?
Yeah. It was great. I mean, we just picked through the traffic. We went from 19th and kind of stalled at P10. Every car you get to is, you know, harder and harder to pass. So when we got to 10th, that's when the tires were falling off. Then we came in for new tires, and then we started moving through the top 10. And by halfway, we were leading the race.
How many times have you watched the replay, or have you got a chance to sit down and watch it?
Only after the race. After the race, we went on. We did the satellite media tour and everything at the Speedway. Then we went to an Andretti Autosport party. And then I had dinner with my family at about midnight in downtown Indianapolis. When we got back from that, my wife Becky and I turned on. We watched the last 4 laps. It was awesome to watch. I had been in it, but it was really cool to watch. So I'd like to see the whole thing again and see how it all played out.
Like say, were you on the edge of your seat when you made the move then? When you
watched I was, and it was ridiculously close to watch it from TV. I felt more in control of it in the car, so I can see why everybody's like, man, that was dodgy. You know?
Is there any like surreal moments for you this week or anything that
yeah, absolutely.
You realize, is there one thing that sticks out?
Yeah, you wake up from a nap, you wake up from the middle of the night, and the first thing that flashes in your mind is just won the Indy 500. It's crazy. But everything's surreal about it. Everything still feels like a dream because there's so much that comes with it. This is something that, since the first time I sat in a go-kart, this is the race that I've wanted to win. Here I am, 33 years old. I started when I was 12, so that's a long time in the making. So
Did
yeah, there's a
reality
lot of
meet-
those moments.
Did reality meet your dream? Was it better than?
Oh
what you
yeah,
dreamt?
absolutely it did. With that many people in there, you know, with a packed house, what really got me was how many people stuck around afterwards just to wave to us for the victory lap that you do in the back of the Camaro. That was amazing. I mean, there had to be 150,000 people still in there. It was just crazy, the support and the USA chants. That really topped it off. That topped everything off.
Did you have a chance to talk to Kurt Busch either before or after the race?
Yeah, absolutely. He was, you know, he was there the whole month with us, and he was a teammate. He did an exceptional job. I was really impressed with Kurt from day one. How he approached the whole thing, worked with his teammates. He didn't isolate himself. He came in from a rookie perspective, wanted to learn as much as he could, and he's a natural. He gets it. You know, when you get somebody that's a natural racer, you can put him in anything. It doesn't matter if it's a taxi cab out front or if it's a Indy car, Formula One car, NASCAR. They get it right from the go, and he's one of them.
Could you drive 1,100 miles in one day?
I'd love to, and absolutely could. I don't know if I'd finish, but you know, Kurt didn't have the opportunity of finishing. His engine expired, I guess, there at Charlotte, but I'd love the opportunity to do that. You know, I'm one of the guys that races anything they can. I race every year. I do the 12 hours of Sebring, Daytona 24 hours. This year I'm doing Petit Le Mans as well with the Viper team.
Ryan, how different will the downforce package be this time as compared to last year?
Well, we've been tweaking it, right? So the first year, I think it was a little heavy. I can't remember, in 12. 13, we came back. Elio finished first. I finished second, Tony Kanaan finished third, and we all got out of the car and agreed that was too light. It was just, as soon as you got the feeling of a draft, the car was incredibly light on you. It felt like you were losing control of it. So now we're adding a bit more, and I think we tweaked to the sweet spot now. So I think this should be right.
Appreciate it, Ron.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Next week?